Hey everyone, thanks for watching my channel, and this is a supplemental video to my Fallout New Vegas gameplay series. And in this one we're going to discover Helios One and explore it and do the quest that's related to it, and it's called That Lucky Old Sun. That quest allows you to reactivate parts of the plant, and you're able to direct the power that you reactivate in any way that you choose. And we'll see how those different events can unfold. I'm only going to show you the essential parts of the building, and I'm only going to stick to the side quest. We don't have the side quest yet because we haven't talked to Lieutenant Haggerty yet, but we're going to do that now.
This is a restricted area. State your business.
Okay, and I happen to be liked by the NCR, and I've already talked to Colonel Moore at Hoover Dam, and I'm pretty well liked by everyone, so I could just choose this. Other people might have to choose a couple of other like speech tactics like down here. And here's what I'm going to do. NCR rep.
Your being here is a start, soldier. We aren't exactly overflowing with troopers here.
And that begins the
but
quest.
If you really want to help
Lucky Old Sun.
talk to the idiot with sunglasses in the back of the plant building.
Okay, so there's the first point.
He's been trying to get this place running for months and hasn't made any forward progress.
Okay, good. And there's more speech. We're going to ignore that. So now we have to talk to the idiot in the back of the building. And it's pretty obvious where it is. You know, we can just go through the main door here, and that brings us into the Helios One lobby. And there's all sorts of things to loot. You know, we're not going to go through and loot everything. And there's a lot of terminals that you can look at without having to hack them. And there's a few people you can even talk to. I'm just going to show you one important object. Probably the most important object that's in this game. It's through here. If you notice, I went to the right when I walked in, and then I went around here, and it's actually going to be upstairs, but this is how you get upstairs. You go up and around. And once we get to the top, I'll show you where we are on the map, because you know, we did a lot of twists and turns right there. So we are now oh, here we are. So we walked in here and we just did a big twisty turny route to get up here. And when we open the door to this room, it's an office. And on the bed is the DC Journal of Internal Medicine. That is a skill book. Very important, especially if your medicine is low. Read it, and it increases your medicine by 3. Okay, let's save here. Okay, saved. And now the other very important item to pick up in this room is this. It's the Eastern Reflector Control Terminal password. You don't have to know what it is quite yet. Just whenever you see a password, you know you should pick it up. And that was the Eastern one, so you could guess that there's a Western one, and that would be correct. Okay, you can just plop right back through the floor here. Plop. And we just went up the stairs this way. So now what you have to do, you have to go take this hall to the right and then wind around, and then you go through this door. And that takes you into a big factory area, which is, I'll show you what it looks like. Let's get the right thing selected. Okay, see, we went in through here originally, and now we wrapped all the way around the edge of the building, and we're now looking this way. Here's our door, and that's it right there. So swing around, open the door. There's really, I mean, you can loot everything, but there's nothing particularly important. There are a few magazines, you know, so you can scour the whole area for magazines. This is a control room, and this is the idiot that the NCR soldier was talking about. His name is Fantastic.
Who the hell are you? They bring you in to replace me?
Okay, we're just going to get down to business, and I'm going to show you what you need to click. Settle down, I'm not here to replace you.
Damn right you're not. Goddamn right.
Okay, what job do you have?
What else? I'm in charge.
He's not in charge. He's in charge of trying to get the solar plant back up to peak efficiency again.
Well, see, we're getting power, but the mirrors outside aren't
aimed
aimed
right.
So we're running.
So,
Trouble is, most of the controls for this place aren't here.
they're in the tower.
And that place has some crazy pre-war security system that the dumb shit NCR set off when they
which
took
we
over
are going to have to
killed
fight.
2 guys.
Okay.
They want me to make.
Okay, so how would someone recharge
There's
the
these
mirrors?
2 terminals outside. They control the mirrors. I tried fooling with them, but you'd have to get them to talk to the mainframe up in the tower, then do the
Right.
Hey,
We are thinking of going
well,
up
hey,
there.
if you find yourself up at the mainframe, do yourself a favor and make sure you send the power to the right place.
Okay, and he tells
It
us
needs
to
to go to the
send the
strip
power to
and
the right
mechanic.
place, but there is no right place. It turns out, as you'll see later, that you can elect to send the power to wherever you like, and there's about 4 different choices. And that's all we want to talk to.
Here.
There. Now, he also gave me, did you see that? He gave me the Western control terminal password. So now we have the Eastern password and the Western password. Then you can go into this room. There's nothing exciting around except there is this person to talk
It's
to.
unusual to see a new face here. Are you a soldier or a scientist?
Okay, so... Okay, I'm a soldier.
Well, that explains it.
Now, you could... Now, I happen to be a Brotherhood of Steel Paladin, and I'm also allied with the NCR, so I have these 2 choices. Like, I told him I'm with the NCR.
That makes sense. It is their facility, after all. At least as long as they can hold it. As for me, I'm with the followers of the apocalypse.
And he happens to be one of those. So, you know, blah, blah, blah. So if you talk to him about where you should direct the power, he gives you suggestions, but you don't have to follow them. That's all that speech was. And I don't want to go, you know, into his speech. I just want to keep going on this quest. Let's save here. All right. All I did is just go out through the door, and we are now in the main part of the exterior of Helios One. And remember, there were 2 control terminals that we had to activate, and one is the west and the other is the east. So let's start with this one. And watch out for the damn bear traps. I don't think I can disarm those. Yeah, I can disarm it. Okay, and there's another trap right here. I think I can jump over it. Yeah, there. And then that... Whoops. Oh, sorry. Okay, so activate terminal 1, and that should, and then reset the mainframe, and that should say that the Western reflector control terminal has been activated. And now we have to go over here to the Eastern. And I did this once already, and I got attacked by guard dogs, which is kind of sucky. So why don't I put some armor on, and I'm going to, I'll use a chopper. Chopper works on dogs, I think. And yeah, it turns out there's dogs guarding this other password terminal for some stupid reason. Don't ask me why there's so many dogs guarding this place. Okay. But anyway, you get the idea. Now we do the same thing that we did earlier, which is reset the mainframe, and now it should say that the Eastern reflector control terminal has been activated. Good. So now it says use the Helios One mainframe to send power to a destination of your choosing, and that's what I was talking about earlier. So to do that, we now go through this door. This is the tower building. And let's save here. Okay, saved. And we're entering the solar collection tower. And by the way, keep in mind, we're not only trying to reactivate the Helios One plant, but we're also trying to activate the system called Archimedes II. If you activate Archimedes II, then that grants you the use of the special weapon called the Euclid CFinder. And I'll show you how to get that weapon later, after we're done with the Helios One quest. Okay, there's some defense systems up ahead, and you have to see there's turrets. I'm going to take out some of the turrets, and then there. I think it's important to take those out first. And then we'll take out, okay, now we'll take the sentry bot out. In fact, if you have pulse grenades, those are especially useful against the sentry bots. So let's throw one and hope it lands. Good. That's the end of him. Alright, I see there's another one down there. Let's use a plasma grenade on him. Not as useful, but it should also do a pretty good job. Yeah, and then my companions will finish him up. Alright, so now you see that we have a blip on our compass. It looks like you're supposed to go downstairs, but you're not. There is a lock down there, so if you're interested in picking locks and opening a safe, then you can do that. But this is where you need to go. You need to go through here. And you open the door, and it leads to a tunnel, like a sewage tunnel. And I hope I've got my companions, yep. And I'll show you on the map where, whoops, here it is. Yeah, threat level red. I'm going to waste all my ammo on this one sentry bot. There we go. And there are better weapons to use against those than what I just did, but you'll see. Well, I guess there's no stopping him. He's just going to be as aggressive as hell. Okay, then we go into this area, and you can't just jump down here. You kind of have to go down. It's very, there's like 3 or 4 levels to this this area here. But that's the door that we want to reach. So there, see, we were up here and then we went down here. Now I'll show you the map so far. See, we first came in here, went around here, went through this tunnel, and then around. And here's our goal over here. So let's open it up. And you can go left or right. You have to go right. And then open this door. And it's another door. And then, oh, it's locked, okay. And then I believe after this there's yet another door. There we go. Yes, there is another door. And that's an elevator to the observation level. So you definitely take this, and then we're going to save here. Okay, saved. And that elevator took us to this room, which is like the control terminal, or the mainframe building. Now, if you try to use it, it's broken. So there's 2 ways to fix this. If you have a piece of scrap metal, and I should have mentioned it earlier, and you have a repair 35, you can automatically fix this generator. But otherwise, there is a robot up here, and that's where we're going. We just went upstairs, and here is the robot. It's called Python, and assuming you have a science of 45, you can activate it. Okay, now we're going to go back down here and wait for the robot. Boing. All we did is just go right back to where we were a second ago. And it takes them a few seconds to repair the wires, and then that should put the mainframe online again. There we are. And then he shuts down. Now you can activate the mainframe terminal. So here is where you decide where you want to send the power. Now remember that idiot wanted to send the power here, and we don't care about that. If you want to use the Euclid CFinder, which is that special all-powerful weapon, you have to choose this, which is the Archimedes II system. There we go. So now, once you get the Euclid CFinder, and once you start the plant up again, then you can use the CFinder. Now, if you also want to destroy the NCR, which is fun, you can arm the original Archimedes plant defense system. I know this is confusing, but you'll see. So we're going to do that too.
Attention, Archimedes One laser is now armed. All personnel to minimum safe distance.
Okay. Now here's where you go, and you see the blip on our map. We have to go through this door here, and this takes us outside into the exterior of the observation deck. Let's save here. There, saved. And we're going back out into the wasteland, and then we're at the top of the Helios One tower. So now you just walk down this winding ramp, and there is a control terminal over here. And this should look familiar. We were just here. We activated these two control centers, and now we're ready to activate the reflector. There it is. And this is a kind of a cool light show. You just watch it for a second. And that completes our quest, The Lucky Owed Son. And you'll see that the Helios One plant is now back online at peak efficiency. But then there's an extra surprise that we had in store, and that is the original Archimedes system that test fires a laser all over this area here and kills all the NCR soldiers. And the laser is actually coming from an orbital, like a geostationary satellite. That's not the end of it. I mean, this is just there. That's the main one. And that's the end of them. And by the way, that's what the Euclid CFinder does too, except you can target anything with the Euclid CFinder. Okay, and of course...
Look, I know the NCR has problems.
Oh yeah, then Boone has a problem with what I did. Okay, this stops right now. Okay, alright, I won't do anything.
You're right. You won't.
Alright, have a nice day. Thanks. Okay, now that we finished this, I'm going to show you where to get the Euclid CFinder. And like I said, it's in Freeside, which is over that way in New Vegas. Let's save here. Okay, saved. And now we're going to the exact place where you can grab the Euclid CFinder. And I'll show you where we're going, and then we'll hop right over there. We're going to the Freeside's East Gate, and then I'm going to hop right in front of Mick and Ralph's, which is a like a convenience store for guns and ammo. And boing, we are in Freeside. And if you notice, there's a boy and a girl having fun and playing games. One of them is Max.
Reach for the sky, mister.
And if you notice, Max is holding a gun. That's the Euclid CFinder. So you could buy it from him, but I think it's yeah, it's worth, I mean, it's a lot of money.
Well,
so the easier way to do this is to just wait until he goes to sleep and then steal it from him. So that's what we're going to do. You kind of have to wait until kids go to sleep, which is, I'm sure they're asleep by 11 o'clock, right? There we go. That's odd. Somebody's still running around. But I think Max is sleeping upstairs. So I'm going to use a stealth boy. And then I'm going to sneak. And yes, I'm hidden, and there he is. He's sleeping. So you can steal the Euclid CFinder right out from under him. Oh, I've been caught. Well, anyway, you get the idea. You know, he's going to chase me around and try to get it, but you get the idea. Okay, so now that we have it, I'm going to go back outside during the day and I'll show you how to use it. Okay, and now I'm going to show you how to use the Euclid CFinder. I hotkeyed it on number 3, so let's pull it out. Here it is. Now to use it, you have to paint your target, or actually the ground right around your target, and you have to keep it on target. You can't move it around because that could be deadly. And remember, the orbital satellite that responds to your target request only works once per day, so it has to recharge. So you can only use this once per day. Remember that. Okay, here we go. See, what happens if you move it around? You have to keep it steady right where you want it to hit. And that took care of both of those targets. And that's how you use the Euclid CFinder.